Hello folks, welcome to my Aldabra room. This is where I keep the baby tortoises, and I just want to give people a little bit of an understanding. People have asked me, well, how do you keep them? So this is really a video that's supposed to demonstrate how we keep them. Now this is early in the morning, so the curators haven't come in yet to clean this, but basically, you know, I have some different size pens, and different size animals get separated into different size pens. The other thing is that we use hay. Hay, this is actually dirt. At one time I had sodded this, so there's actually an old layer of sod there. That's actually the only thing that's really left is the grass is gone, but you know, that topsoil was there. So this is just basically hard dirt or hard topsoil. We put the hay down. We put it down pretty thick because these guys are actually, if you look here, you can see these guys, they'll dig under that, just like that. And then that really protects them from the wind and a little bit when it gets cold. It protects them from the sun, and it protects them from when it gets rain, because this is an open enclosure. I want to point out that this is an open enclosure. So this is open to the sun. So it's all natural lighting. The sides are all done with wire, except for this one wall here. But this side is done with wire, heavy wire, and we have a heavy lock door here as well. And then there's a lock. This is basically like a lock type system here, where we have the sinks and stuff. And that's because there are no animals in this lock area, so they're not able to get out and escape. So it's another little safety feature we have here. And again, I want to point out, this is first thing in the morning. Nobody has come by and cleaned anything up. So we have a few stragglers here that are just coming out in the morning. But you know, these water bowls work really well for us. This is something you can get at Mega Greenhouse. If you look for trays, you got to be careful. Some of them have holes, some don't. But this is one we use for the bigger tortoises. This is about 1.5 inches deep. We put these little stones inside, and we put this little stones outside. That helps them get in and out. This one really has to be reset because it's just sticking up a little bit too much, but that'll get packed down with hay and everything. Anyway, in any case, they can get out. They can even get out if this block isn't here. But I put that block on there. It just gives them some place to sit, and they really seem to enjoy it. So again, no curator. So this is dirty. This is what it looks like in the morning when it needs to get cleaned. So over here, where some of the animals are a little bit smaller, we have another setup like this. Now we never feed on these blocks because you can't disinfect that. You know, you keep piling on old food and stuff like that. You can't really disinfect that block well. And this is another tray, again, from Mega Warehouse. This one is a little bit more shallow. You can see it only comes, it's not even as deep as that block, maybe 3/4 of an inch or whatever. They get in and out of this with ease, and they still don't have to use this block. I have plenty of videos of them crawling out of these pens. So even if they turn upside down, they flip back over, they can easily crawl in, they can easily crawl out. We don't soak the baby Aldabras. We don't soak them 2 times a week. We don't soak them 3 times a week. You're looking at their environment. This is how we take care of them. So they all drink from these bowls. So the animals that I raise are all trained to again, drink from those bowls. This is just some areas for them to sit. Now, I like this substrate. I've tried some different substrates. This is an outdoor environment substrate. So, you know, we have to have something. This is really made it's not decorative, but it's really made for us to be able to come in quickly, service the pen. We change this hay every week, and we put down new hay. Those water bowls have to be able to be cleaned and disinfected fast. So this is all done for efficiency, for us working with the number of animals that we actually work with, quite a few. So if we go here, I have these little huts, these incredibly, I guess, ridiculous looking huts. They work great. You know, I wish I had more of them. I really do. The tortoises will go in there for shade. You can still see one of the tortoises here is still under the hay. He hasn't come out yet. That's number 129. And so the other thing I like about the hay is you see the way it sits down. It sits down. So this gives the animals the ability to walk on the hay. I like for them to be able to walk as natural as possible. That's why Sometimes I don't like where you see a lot of people putting down this thick cedar and stuff like that, because I don't want them to have to lift their legs up so unnaturally. To walk at this age is important. So I think a lot about the substrates. You folks can make different substrates. It doesn't all have to be like I have it here. Again, this is something that's done for efficiency for cleaning. But you know, if I had an area like this, which would be a great area to raise one of these fellas, I would make a room like this. Like I say, it has a lot of security. Raccoons can't get in here. So there's a lot of security. I put these little shelves around so when the fellas are in here working, you know, they can stack the bowls, the feed bowls. And we have a feed tray is actually what we use. You can see them in some of my other videos. I'd show you one if I had it here, but basically it's a cafeteria tray that we feed them on. So we'll put the tray down somewhere and then they'll all just come running around. Like I say, you can see in some of my other videos that tray that we use, just a cafeteria tray. You buy the size you need. So let's go continue looking here for some animals. Usually there's still a lot of guys under here, but pick that up. Don't look like too many in there. Okay. This is actually a piece of drain. It's like oh, look at the little guy back there, he's cute. What you doing there, fella? So it's like for a drain field. I make those. So it works real well. Under here, you can see the ones that are under there. Just get that standing up. You can see the ones that are under there. How nicely, even under that little hide, they're still buried here underneath the hay. Right here is another one. And here's another one. Look at this one. There's one right here. Another one here. Sorry, the camera's not going exactly where I want it, but then the rule we have is you pick these up, you got to put them down. The area is constructed so there's some large trees around. There's always shade in this pen. No matter what the sun is doing, there's always shade. One of the biggest reasons that Aldabras will die is they get caught in an area that they cannot thermoregulate. They cannot get out of the out of the sun. So even if these houses or huts, whatever, were here, there's still plenty of shade for them. You know, I recommend for these animals anywhere between 40 and 60% shade. They need a lot more shade than people will give them credit for. If they want to crawl out in a sunny area, and you have a sunny area that's 10 feet by 10 feet, they'll find that spot and they'll sit in that sun if they want to. So, you know, they need some area that is cooler, where they're not always baking in the sun. And the thing that's really important, there we go. The thing that's really important is yeah, that you've got to give them shade so that they can get in and out of the sun. Again, this is a little bit better view of what we have here. We also have some sprinklers. There's sprinklers all throughout here, and we have a system here where we can just go by, click that button, and it will give them 10 minutes. So you know, during the day, if it is hot, we can just simply turn that sprinkler on. And the hay does quite well when it dries out with the sun. Like I say, we change it every 10 days. So everything is wired in. There is no place for a raccoon to get in. Now, you can get rats. So we just have these here, just in case the little fellas show up. We don't want to disappoint them, that we don't have something for them to eat. So we do employ rats, rat traps. We put them up on those shelves. That way the tortoises can't climb into them. And every so often, I probably catch a couple rats a year. So you're going to get rats. They're almost impossible to keep out. I have not had any incidences where these animals have been attacked by rats. I mean, over the history, how many years I've been doing it, sure, I've seen it more than I want to see it. But in this environment that we keep clean, we have the rat traps to find out what's going on. We don't make it so easy for them to come in. And like I said, we keep things clean. If we feed tortoise chow to the tortoises before we go home, we clean that tortoise chow off the tortoises. So, you know, that's something that could attract the rats. If you don't, you know, keep your tortoises clean, you know, and they're used to eating whatever it is that you put out, you know, could be a problem. So that's definitely the way you're going to want to handle that. So I just have it set up with a little sink, so I don't even have to come out of this room to service, you know, to service these animals, do whatever I need to do. Got a nice hose here for cleaning out their pens. Everything is just centrally located here. The other thing that I like is that, you see, the wood does not go down. I mean, the wood, we actually don't have the screen going down to the ground. So it's not like they're on a wire and they're seeing right through that wire. They all be lined up on that fence trying to get through that wire right now. So I do use somewhat of a high wall here. And that just, I feel, really keeps a lot of other predators from looking in here. You know, you can have dogs or raccoons or something so easy for them to see on the other side of that wire. So now if they want to get a look in the pen, it's much more difficult for them to do. And I think it really helps discourage predators. Plus the wall also serves as, these walls also serve as a little bit of shade. So you'll find them sometimes line up on this side of the wall or that side of the wall, depending on, you know, where the sun is. But, you know, all of that's been already calculated in. So that's the way that we do the Aldabra room. I hope it helps some folks out. If you like that video, please subscribe, like, make a comment. Appreciate it, folks. Take care, everybody.